going on, everyone? This is Elias with the No Sabo Podcast, and I'm here with my crew today, which looks a little different. But y'all want to introduce yourselves?
It's me, John. Same guy as always.
Yo, it's me, Adrian. I'm new to this, but
Welcome, Adrian. So,
thank you.
Do you want to introduce your little bro?
Yeah, he's been on, but not on the video. Adrian is, I guess he works with me now, so really exciting. I don't know, Adrian, how was your first week of work?
It was pretty badass, dude.
Yeah.
Like, first week, I loved it compared to, like, where I was working at. The time flew. It was fun. I mean, working with my brother is, like, better than working with strangers, so that was pretty cool. Gonna be employee of the month, so.
Hell yeah! Congratulations. So,
Employee of the month.
no, it's been really cool, at least from my perspective, because I've been able to meet two of your brothers. You know,
Yeah.
And the one's what, 16, 15 years old?
14.
14. So
yeah.
to be able to meet you and hang out with you, it's been pretty cool. You got that entrepreneur mindset
Thank
too,
you.
which I love, man. So
We're out just trying to make it happen.
yeah, that's way cool. Well,
Yeah.
we got a lot to talk about today. Yeah, a lot of shit has happened over the last week, and I'm kind of curious about your guys's opinions on some of this. But also, I do got to give a shout out to you because now you're helping run our social media
Yeah.
on TikTok, and it's popping now, man.
Is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, you got videos coming up. I'm pissing people off on the comments, so I'm loving it. So it's really cool. I think we were called. I think they were talking about me and Rod on one of the videos, saying these two are definitely No Sabo, and it's just like, bitch, what do you think the podcast?
Right,
What's the
it
name
called?
of it?
Yeah.
Right? Like it is what it is. But
Yeah.
no, we appreciate the engagement and hate on. Anybody you got to hate on, just comment, say what you got to say.
Yeah.
So.
It's
Yeah.
interesting seeing the comments from some people because like every clip is taken out of context and doesn't give the full story.
Yeah.
So it's great to see how people get riled up over things that are not very,
Yeah.
like they're just segments in the podcast and it's not necessarily what we're actually trying to get out. But
Yeah.
But that's also a good thing because now, like, let's say it's like, oh, they watched the clip. Now they'll go watch the full pod if they really care, unless they're just
Yeah.
talking shit to talk shit. So that's a different story. But, like, if they care more about what you're saying, they'll go and watch the actual thing. So hate kind of gets your views up as well, too. So
I think it was the thumbnail, to be honest.
Yeah. The thumbnail was awesome. Shout out to whoever made that. Must be some sexy ass man out there making thumbnails. Yeah, man. But let's just dive in to some shit because a lot of shit has happened. The first thing I want to talk about is the what happened in Minneapolis, right? With
Dude, that's crazy.
with the ICE, ends up, blasting, killing a female that was there kind of protesting and kind of impeding on the whatever was happening there. I don't know if you guys have seen the video to that or
No.
you guys have. So here's kind of my thing, and if you guys don't mind, I kind of want to just kind of give my whole idea on all of this. Is like one, it sucks that someone died, right?
Yeah.
Like it absolutely sucks. Nobody should have died, that day. When I saw the video, a few different angles, and the thing that sucks about like even just videos in general, and this happened with the Charlie Kirk thing,
Yeah.
like you can slow shit down, and like I think of the NFL, like what's a catch, right? Like you can slow down, and it looks like dude he had it right, but then like you go real speed, it's like no, like that's a little sketchy. But the one thing I will say is like, if the ICE guy did feel like he was going to get ran over, like, okay, maybe take a shot at the vehicle, or maybe you're trying to shoot through the windshield, which he did. The two shots afterwards, point blank to her head or face, after she was no longer in front of him and no longer a threat, is where I'm just like, were those necessary? But the unfortunate thing is those are split second heat of the moment type situations. And I think the thing that kind of maybe, I don't want to say frustrates me or upsets me, but like just the whole fucking environment that's going on right now. Like, and I don't know how you guys feel, but like as a brown man, like I don't feel like I would ever dare get my vehicle parked in front of any authority vehicle, whether it's a police, whether it's anything else, because the first thing in my mind is like, I'm going to get blasted, right?
Yeah.
Like, so when I see this white lady doing it, I'm just like, to me, it's just like, damn, like this lady had balls to even be, to do that. Like if I get pulled over, if I get, and to me, it's not just because I'm a brown man, but also like there's got to be a little bit of respect to authority, right? Like, and there were just a lot of just disrespect, and I understand the emotions behind it, why, but when we start, I understand protesting, right? Like,
Yeah.
let's go stand on Broadway and just hold a sign and like stand up for whatever. I can't tell if this was protesting because it looked like there were arrests that were going to be made and they were literally blocking the road. Like if John's got, he robbed a bank and the cops are coming to his house, the odds of you blocking the road, you're going to get dealt with,
no, for sure.
So that's where it sucks for me. It's just like people are, and again, the emotions are real, but I also think the media coverage, all of this stuff going on, it's making emotions high. It's making people do shit that like you normally probably wouldn't do. At least that's not something I wouldn't do.
Yeah.
And it led to a situation where, and we've seen it before. And I think in a way, like hopefully as people of color, we can look back and be like, that was an American died, a white American died trying to defend immigrants, which is really cool. Like, so for those of us who sit here and think like everybody hates us, all white people are white supremacists, it's wrong. And then, cops are only blasting people of color.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's not what happened here. Like, it kind of shows us that like when you break things down to like bare minimum and sometimes our animalistic nature and instincts, it's like heat of the moment, and it doesn't mean it's right.
Yeah.
Like I question. I feel like I can question 2 of the 3 shots that he took. The first one, if he really thought, like if there's a car coming in front of me and I don't know what's happening, and just based off of everything else that has happened, like I don't know who's dangerous and who's not, as a police officer, I was able to talk to one and he's just like, that's the hard part. I could pull somebody over just on a regular, for speeding, and he rolls the window down and I could get shot. Like, we don't know. So we're always taught to be on high alert and to protect ourselves at all times. And to see someone just die like that, like I said, I don't think she should have died. I don't know if she was a threat to anyone's life in reality, but in the split of the moment, you don't know. And the guy took the first shot. The second and third, I don't agree with. But we need the whole vigilante thing. Like, we got to figure out how to like stop, because people are going to keep getting hurt, whether it's an ICE agent or whether it's a protester or anybody else. Like, that's not what we need. But I hope that our politicians see what's going on, because the biggest problem is it's the fucking system.
Yeah.
Like, it shouldn't take more than 6 months to check whether somebody from a different country is okay to be here. And then let's figure out a process to get them legalized. It shouldn't take more than 12 months at the most. But we're talking some of these systems and some of these people have been waiting 15, 10 years. And it's like, it's broken, so fix it. And it's happening in the streets because it's not happening in the chamber halls of Congress. And I think that's something that we have to fix at some point, Yeah.
I think it's crazy how the media makes everything. It's like they can push you to one side or the other. And when I first saw that clip of the shooting, it does not look like. It made it seem like as if she got shot. They just shot at her, but then seeing like the body cam footage, or the phone footage of the police officer, I think it was body cam footage. You can see his perspective, and you're like, that's crazy. Because the lady was telling her like, go, 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 and I'm like, dude, that. High tense situation for everybody. The chick is pissed, and the officers are at high alerts too. And so, I don't know if, not necessarily that I don't agree with you with the whole shooting part, because I feel I see a lot of videos of, like you said, you mentioned your friend that's a cop, they pull someone over, or the high speed chase, like some of them go above and beyond, like shooting at someone for like just like escaping, I guess, like running away. And I get it, because it's putting like the police officers and everybody's life in danger. So like in a situation like that, I can see how it's kind of like uncontrolled emotion, like you said. Like he just shot, because what if he would have got caught into the car? That lady was not going to stop.
Yeah.
And what if he would have gotten dragged down and then he wouldn't be here? So
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things that, like, I can't blame him for shooting more than once. And it's hard to tell, like, yeah, I took her down in the first shot being in that situation.
Yeah. And it happened quick, too. I mean, the shots happened
really,
within
really
1 or 2 seconds.
To the point that you can't really see what's going on in the first clip when people are recording them on the side. At least the one I saw, you can't really see what went down. You just see her getting shot. Like, but in the video where the police officers that, dude, a lot went on before that happened. And so, like, that, I think that's where I am kind of like, using that kind of like metaphor, like innocent until proven guilty, until you see everything and understand anything, you can make a conclusion, but the media blasts everything first. Like, I didn't see that video of the police officer until like way later. I saw that one clip that everybody was sharing. So like,
and I think I saw reports that police officer had at one point been like drugged by a car, or like been that had happened to him in the past before. But yeah, that's the tricky part. And to me, why are you there trying to block an active arrest or an active? And I get we love our neighbors and stuff, but like, and it goes back to the situation that I was in when, you know, my friend that doesn't have papers, didn't have a license, got pulled over. You know, the police, you know, he called me to give him a ride, and I got there. The police officer, you know, talked to me. He said, you know, just get him home. I can't have him drive. I can't imagine like stepping into that with like anger or frustration at the police officer, because then you escalate the situation, and it's like sometimes like, and I don't think our police officers get enough credit. Like, they're kind of looked at sometimes as the bad guys, but like they're the good guys, and they're humans just like us, and they're doing jobs, you know. And like when we get in the way of that in a disrespectful manner, that's not protesting. You know, like that's straight up like you're impeding, and this is a federal officer, which that's a conversation I want to have a little bit later, but it's just hard, man. It's hard. Like, I can see how both sides can justify things, but I think at the end of the day, if it does go through the court system, what are civilians doing trying to stop an arrest or, you know, an investigation? And then that immediately puts them in that line of fire, whether we like it or not. But yeah, I mean, I can definitely see like whether it was 1 or 2, and the 2 shots, I saw those videos slowed down. So then it looks like, whoa, but I also got to remember like it happened in a second, you know, like,
decisions like I wish we had time to be able to slow down in real life, because then I feel like a lot of things wouldn't happen. I do feel it puts in perspective though, because I've seen also a lot of clips of people boxing in cars, like ice agent patrol vehicles, people just boxing them in at like parking lots and stuff like that. It just makes me think like, I'll rewind a little bit. Noel once said that he used like a metaphor saying like, we don't care because it doesn't affect us, but then we see someone else be affected. We still don't care because it doesn't affect us. And then the next person, something's happened to them, but we still don't care because it doesn't affect us. And eventually like if something happens to us and we want other people to help us, but there's nobody left. And so like I use that same, I think with that same metaphor is like a lot of people, even if they have like racist thinking, they're like, oh, go back and this. I feel like, what if what if something was happening to them? Then they would cry wolf too and expect the same empathy. But it also puts in perspective that us as a population and magnitude, like we can do a lot if we all stood up. If there was, for example, someone coming into the building right now, and everybody stood up and be like, no, you're not doing it, nothing's gonna happen. Right, because we all stand up. And I think it's the same thing with our population. If we all, that's why you mentioned last podcast that like other countries don't invade us because was the last podcast or was this a video I was watching? Can't remember, but it said, why do other countries not invade us? Is because everybody here is armed. And so like when it comes to something, a foreign country invading us, we'd all be together with one same mission. And so I think it's the same thing here. Like it just puts it in perspective for me, at least.
Well, I mean, on like not even like taking sides or anything, but on his side, he was just doing his job. Like I know like police officers, they get dispatched, everything. They got dispatched to do the arrest. Like they weren't here to shoot to kill or kill anyone. Like they came in doing an arrest, and that the protesters, like, not even trying to say they got in the way, but like I mean, what would you do, like, in that sense? Like, put yourself in like his shoes. Like, if you saw a car coming at you, like, what's your first reaction?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, maybe like you said, like the 2 other shots are not justified, but like reaction time, and it happened so quick. Like maybe,
Yeah.
and then on her end, like I get like you're trying to protect neighbor, friend, family, whoever it was, but at the same time, it's like, it's such a gray area of like
Yeah.
who's in the right, who's in the wrong, and the same way like the media, like you said, like the clips we take from the podcast, people get angry just from the clips.
Yeah.
They don't know everything we talked about. They don't know everything through the podcast. Same thing this. Like John saw just the video of everyone else recording. Like, he didn't see the police officer's camera until later.
Yeah.
So if you just take like parts or one side or like this perspective one side, you'll never see the full story, and that's why I guess everything's like messed
Yeah.
up, just because it's never the full story
Yeah.
at once.
Well, it causes chaos,
Yeah,
and
it
that's
does.
exactly what it was. It was a chaotic moment. You had some officers telling her to go. You had one officer trying to tell her to get out of the car, which get out of the car means you're going to be detained or under arrest because you're impeding in an arrest, or you know what I mean. And at that point, you know, you're driving off. And again, for me, like, I don't have that privilege to think that, like, if I'm in my car and there's a police officer that says get out of your car, like, so there's 2 things I don't have. I don't have the fear of, oh my gosh, he's coming, I got to drive away. But I also don't have the privilege of like, oh, this officer is telling me to get out of my car, so I'm going to drive away, you know, because in my mind, it's just like, I'm just going to comply, and I want to keep things as like calm as possible because, you know, I'm armed in my vehicle and a police officer is armed. So it's like, we don't want to escalate a situation with anybody with a gun. And that's exactly what was happening, you know, and I get officers have training and stuff, but they see these things, you know, like people are getting shot when just a random pullover, because you never know who you're pulling over, you know, like the guy that happened in Pocatello just recently where he got pulled over for speeding by like Walgreens or something, and he just pulled out a gun and shot himself, and the officer was trying to stop him from shooting himself, I think is what I had heard. So it's dangerous and it's scary for everyone, and I've been hearing a lot of things like, well, why, you know, her kids had a dad that passed away, why is she putting herself out in the line? And I don't necessarily think that, because I think, in my opinion, you try to do these things not expecting to die.
Yeah.
But she died. I hate the insensitiveness from both sides, where it's just like, you know, fuck the guy, because I'm sure the guy just killed someone. That's going to traumatize him for the rest of his life, you know, and even on her end and her family and her kids, it's like, well, fuck around and find out. It's just like, well, no, we're talking about a human life, and people are so desensitized from that. Like, until you bury someone you love, it's just like, you don't even understand what someone else is out there feeling, regardless of why they were out there. But it's hard, man. It's difficult, because I empathize with both sides, but at the same time, it's just like, I think we got to draw the line between protesting and just getting in the way.
Yeah. No, I agree 100%. It's so frustrating, because that's all the media's broadcasting right now, the hatred. But I hate that cop out. That's like, oh, the media is the one, or our president is the one making us hateful and racist and turn against each other. I'm like, it's us, yourself, your own values, your own core. Like, you decide if you wake up today and be miserable. You wake up every day and decide if you're gonna make someone else's life miserable. You wake up and decide if you're gonna eat this for breakfast or that. Like, nobody's forcing you to do anything. So I hate that cop out. That's like, oh, the media's pushing us, the president's pushing us, our politicians are like, I hate that cop out.
Yeah.
Because everybody can decide for themselves. Everybody
Yeah.
can decide to be a piece of shit or not. Like, you know.
Yeah. You know, it's crazy, because like, did you guys ever watch Trump like talk at all during the campaign? Like, did you guys just sit and watch? Like, so
Just clips, yeah.
if I try to do my best to try to listen to everyone, so I kind of fully understand, like, so I try to fully understand like what's happening. But if I listen to MSNBC or CNN, and Democratic leaning news stations, I would understand why, you know, a Hispanic would think Trump hates colored people. If I listen to Fox News as an American, I would understand why Trump is like, hey, he's going to liberate us from like he's going to make America great again. if I listen to just Trump and himself through a stream where he's talking for 2 hours, I just see a 70-year-old dude that is like someone's grandpa that like, and and maybe I'm one of those people, but like, do you have one of those friends that like once they get talking and they can go and gab and talk for 2 hours and you don't know where they're going with the conversation, but some of the shit they say is like, hey, that's good. Oh fuck, I can't believe he said that. And then shit, that was funny. You know what I mean? That's kind of how he is. And the problem is we get clips. We talk about clips. So, and these MSNBC, did they want Kamala Harris to win? Yeah. So what do you think their clips are going to do? They want to convince their viewers to look a certain way. Same with Fox News, right? They're going to want their clips to make Trump look a certain way. You know, like, hey, be afraid of these immigrants, you know, for a lot of different reasons. So that's why for me, it's like, man, like we got to break the chains of, you know, how those things affect us, because at the end of the day, like we are what we consume, and the more we consume of one thing, you know, it's wild. I don't remember what the quote was, but I had posted Donald Trump post about lowering interest rates and buying mortgage-backed bonds. I had a girl I graduated with just go off on me talking about this Minneapolis thing. I wasn't even thinking about that when I posted this, right? I was just like, you know, like, hey, I'm in the real estate industry. Lowering rates for people is going to be great on the mortgage side. And man, I'm over getting blasted. But somebody said, and I don't know what the saying is, and I'm going to screw this up, but like, what is it? Like, great people talk about ideas, average people talk about events, and I don't remember what the bottom one was, but I'll just say dumb people talk about people. You know what I mean? And it's just one of those things where it's like, that's the environment that we're in, and you engage in social media or anything, and you know, it's just kind of like, damn, like, it flips people and it triggers people in a way where it's just like, I don't know, it's wild.
One thing that I've noticed, and I've kind of just realized recently, is like talking about news, is like the local, like East Idaho News loves to put stuff up on Facebook.
Yeah.
And like when you, with your mugshot and everything, and I noticed that they do, like, you're not seeing your average white person on there. Like, yes, there's white people, but you're looking at more like the bottom class, the ones that are doing like drug stuff, but you see a lot of Hispanic people or like different race people on there. And I think that kind of fuels people here, because there's some dumbass comments on like, they're like, one that I was reading recently is like, you look at one post and it's like, yeah, that's why we should send them back. And some racist ass posts, like, and I know that the news station probably does that because that's what's fueling. But like, I won't remember, there was this VP of lending that got pulled over for a DUI and got fired because he hid that. And there was no shit about that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And this is like corporate America, white dude with a white picket fence. Like that for me is a bigger news.
Yeah.
Because that's a big news, like, you know. But why do they always post about, oh, so and so, Savala pulled over with X amount of weed in his car and got charged by possession of intent to distribute? Like, that's the shit you're seeing on the local news stuff, but you're not seeing like the bigger stuff that actually is going on. Yeah. Which I wonder what kind of like standpoint they take. I'm guessing more of a right, but like,
I know East Idaho News posts a lot of CNN stuff on their feed.
Makes sense.
But they're also in Idaho. So I don't know if it's just like a distribution contract they have with that.
Gotcha.
Like AP, you know, where they can pull those things. But like even, like I can see that. You know, I think those things invite, like I just saw one today of a guy I knew that the pedestrian that got punched and broken his jaw got broke or whatever. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, people are talking shit there. So I think people would talk shit everywhere. But I will say that like the DUI crash in Pocatello that led to death recently, the guy was a Hispanic guy. There's people asking, is he legal? You know, like, is he legal? So like that's the thing that's like right now on everyone's mind, but it's because like that's what we're being conditioned to worry about right now. Is it legal? And the reality is people can look at us and ask that same question. No one's looking at, you know, I have a good friend that has someone that has like in-law from like the Netherlands, and they're trying to figure out the immigration stuff there, you know, like even non-colored people are maybe struggling with that kind of stuff too. But just in general, the public and trolls on the internet are going to be trolls and stupid anyways, but like I think those comments are constantly going to be made.
Yeah, I know, 100%.
Yeah.
I like how they brought it up once that the media was taking side and talk about how Frank would help fund East Idaho News. I don't know if you saw that, the whole thing that went down, and then they came out and stated how they've separated ways. Like they paid back the loan, but that's crazy to me because that's someone with a lot of wealth. So I think do his opinions and thoughts influence at the beginning how the marketing, at least for example, if I was paying for it, I wouldn't want shit that affect me and my business on there, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder how much control, or even after, how much control or like connections does that have with here locally, right?
Yeah.
And if that happens, if I own the news station and something happens to you and you're like, hey, John, don't post anything about that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to post anything about it. But then something happens to Adrian, and I know Adrian may be your competitor. I'm like, I'm going to blast Adrian on our news. So if I imagine if something like that is happening, I'm not saying it is, but I imagine what if it is, I hate to imagine what's happening.
Yeah,
nationally.
George Soros is the Democratic dude that everybody points to that owned all these media conglomerates. Same thing
That's
with
crazy.
I think was it Bezos owns Washington Post or something. Elon owns X. So that's happening at a much larger scale. And Americans, like with the money that we have spent with like the stuff that Doge found out, we're putting billions of dollars into foreign media companies. So it's propaganda all across the board. So that's why like my advice to anyone is just like watch everything. And then once you start watching everything, immediately you start to realize like, oh, this is all bullshit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's just bullshit.
At least they're blasting their best on there, I guess. Like Fox wants Trump to like be good.
At this point, like, I don't know even like feeling it, but like there's no fixing it.
No.
There's like nothing you could potentially do to reverse anything. Because same thing, like you say, watch everything. But like even like if you go on TikTok, your algorithm is already based off of what you want to watch, not what you need to watch. So at that point, if you watch everything, you're still just watching what you want to hear. Yeah,
that's why I like X though, because so X will give you For You, which if you live there, it's going to be your algorithm, but it also allows you to do what you're following in most recent posts. So you just see like the new shit, but then you miss everything too, you know?
Yeah.
So, but I think it is like that's now people are being programmed. Like how many divorces have been caused by algorithms, right? Whether it's the dude always looking at the women or whether it's the women always looking at videos saying your husband's a narcissist, you know, meanwhile you're posting all these pictures of yourself all the time. And like, you know what I mean? Like it's just, it is nuts. And I think the algorithm is the biggest thing that we got, because it used to be newspapers, right? Like that's how people got their news, and now it went to TV. And
I like that you said that, because even in real life, okay, how do I say this without? Let's just say I had a friend couple. It doesn't exist. I'm just gonna use them as an example. But the wife, when she hanged out with a certain friend group, she started acting up. You know. So if this friend group, all they wanted to do is go party and just drink and hang out, the wife would start acting up and be like that. And when she started hanging out with this group and they were more like antisocial and stuff, there was an influence. So I love what you said about that, about the algorithm, because if we get affected between the people, that the big sayings like hang out with people that are successful, you'll become successful too.
Yeah.
Like, same thing with the algorithm. If your feed's just garbage, if you're looking at other sexy ladies on the, I only do it because it's real estate and that's all the real estate ladies videos are popping off.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of content you're feeding, and that's how you feed to your, but you still have the decision. Like you can fix your algorithm.
Oh yeah.
You can stop scrolling on that sexy lady and scroll.
Yeah.
And just not stop and watch it and start watching puppies instead. But you choose to do it. And I think that's where we're losing the touch. I feel like that's where the biggest thing in the new generation is, like, for example, someone like me that's, I'm not going to say, what's my generation called again? Am I Gen Z?
I don't know.
Let's just say I'm Gen Z. Sounds cool.
What year were you born?
98.
What's your social? Damn.
I had to ask my wife.
Almost got him, you guys. Almost got him.
I would have given it to you if I knew it, but I don't know it. Or do I have one? Dun, dun, dun. That's shit turns south.
It's like those live streams where they get raided. Have you seen the?
Oh yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, yeah they get well, what's it called? That's the name called stream. No, I was gonna say stream snipe, but that's a different
Stream
thing.
snipe is like when they're
someone
playing.
you're saying,
No,
yeah.
it's just called raided. Like someone, it is crazy how people do this. They'll go on your stream and they'll hack your IPN, all your information, and then I don't know how the hackers do it, but then they'll find it, get your address and everything, and then call the police and tell them this person's like, even if you're playing in games, I've seen it, where it's like this person's like shooting up this place and everything, and the FBI will swarm them.
Yeah,
and
they'll
then
SWAT. They'll get swatted. They'll get swatted. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're a Gen Z.
I'm a Gen Z. So yeah, it's crazy how my generation's realizing this. And the hope is that you understand what's going on and you become more vocal to like teaching your kids. So I hope my kid one day can be like, you know what? My dad was vocal about understanding politics early on, because I feel that that's what I needed, is like to understand politics, not now, but way before, so you could see what's going on.
Yeah.
And be like, your voice doesn't matter.
Yeah. I'll never understand politics getting personal and hateful with people you love, like hearing stories about the holidays and just people not showing up because of this or because of that. You know, it's just like, get over yourself and just like realize that like the most important thing in the world are true connections. You know what I mean? The people that you love, and not like, I don't know. It's been wild to me, you know. But that's the environment that people can sometimes lose themselves in and submit themselves to, and it just makes you wonder, like, well, what's your algorithm look like? Like, what's happening? But yeah, it's been interesting for sure. I don't know. The whole ICE situation it's wild. You kind of, like you said, they're doing their job, you know, and people are compassionate and want to help their neighbors.
Yeah.
And somehow within there, it's getting lost, and there's just things that are happening that I feel like Fernando Mendoza, by the way, the Indiana quarterback, with my hands. Shout out to my former Raiders quarterback, or future Raiders quarterback. But yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. What are you guys' thoughts? Oh, go ahead.
So no, I just wanted to end out with I was looking at pictures from the protests, and it was cool to see that there's a lot of white people there.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
That's the thing we got to remember. It's just like sometimes we get in such a veil, or such a like a mind fuck, that we're just like, all white people hate us. You know, like it's just like, that's not true. Is there a little bit of fear? Sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think when you can get to know each other and not project thoughts for them, and I think too many times we get caught up on that, like, oh, this white person hates me because he's white and I'm brown. It's just like, well, no, you know, like, you know, you got to break the mold, and that's coming from someone that, you know, I was raised Catholic, I'm Hispanic, you know, and I married a farmer's daughter, right? It was LDS Mormon, and I would hear things that are just like, damn, you know, but also like, instead of just, well, now I'm mad at you, you hate me, it's just like, well, why is your perspective that way? And then getting a full understanding, it's like, oh shit, okay, well, this is actually how it is. And it was really cool in our situation, because when my sister and my parents were alive, her family spent a lot of time with them for birthday parties. We wouldn't separate everything. We'd do everything together. And like, so I was able to see, like, this is what happens when people who can't speak each other's languages and have all these preconceived notions about cultures get together, and it becomes this beautiful thing. Because like my in-laws were emotional when my parents died, when my sister died, you know, and that just shows that love can transcend through anything. But no one's focused on that. We just want to be hated. We want to believe that we're hated, or, you know what I mean? And it's just like, let's break out of that show, because a lot of great things can come of just America and life in general, if we just kind of break out of that focus, you know? Yeah. But yeah, let's talk about Greenland for a second.
What happened in Greenland?
Let's take it.
Trump.
Oh yeah.
Trump is playing Risk right now, man. He's arresting presidents. And I'm pretty sure he said, we're going to take Greenland whether they like it or not. Like,
Greenland's military population is like the NYPD.
It's like
stupid small.
they have 50,000 something people, but it's huge. There's a lot of minerals, a lot of ice. But I want to get your thoughts on that before I start talking.
Can they not sell it to Canada, or what the fuck's going on? Do you know?
It's a Denmark territory right now.
Denmark.
Yeah.
Denmark, yes.
Where's Denmark at? On the
it's
like
off
on the other
to
side?
yeah,
The European. So it's just on limbo, just like Alaska's to us, basically.
Yeah.
basically, yeah.
I don't know what the policies are and people getting pissed off, but what I do like is the thought of, bro, if this place is up for grabs, I would rather us have it as a territory than China, or like you mentioned, China, Russia, or another one of these big world countries coming and being our backdoor neighbor.
Yeah.
Just saying, if you don't like it, then go fucking with the penguins. Like, it's good. Like, that's the reality. Like, why would we want, dude? Maybe if we had China as our neighbor, we would definitely be nicer.
Yeah.
And because I mean, we're right next to each other, but it's also Greenland. It's not like we're buying fucking Puerto Peñasco or like fucking Palm Springs. Like, we're buying.
Yeah, and then the
We're buying-
resources from there would help.
Yeah, but
a lot.
I like what I'm saying is like Puerto Rico's a territory, and ain't nobody was fighting over that shit.
Yeah, but how would you feel if like another country was like, "Hey, we want this"?
From us.
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem, is because it's situational awareness. If you're the bigger, badder one, of course you're not going to do shit. You'll be like, yes, master, here it is. Because you understand what the consequence is. So like, all right, well, if I fight them on with this, then next we're going to come for Canada, Mexico, Puerto Rico.
Well, the thing is, like, let's say it's a Denmark territory. Well, what's Denmark? Not even in like a messed up way, but what are they going to do?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, like, okay, but like you buy it on the political side, but at the same time, there's like...
Wait, are we buying this or are we taking this?
So it's weird because I think either today or tomorrow, like Secretary Rubio is going to meet with like a Denmark representative and a Greenland person, right?
Oh.
So it's an autonomous territory, but it's a part of Denmark. And the people from Denmark or the people from Greenland right now, or the prime minister or whatever it is, I guess, has said like we'd rather be a part of Denmark, you know? For me, I think the United States' currency, since we got off gold, is the military, right? Like our defense, people are buying shit from us, like, you know, but also like, I don't know, man, it just feels weird. Like you said, if we wanted to take it, who's going to do something about it? But I don't think China, Russia, or NATO wants it. So what happens if it's the world against us? You know, like what happens in that situation?
Still make it out.
Yeah.
Top.
I think military-wise, we're good. But I think, again, people forget that our citizens are armed. Now, question is, how many of our citizens are actually going to fight for us? Does that turn into a civil war? You know what I mean? I don't know what would happen, but I understand, like, the Venezuela objective. Do I agree? And was everything done how it was supposed to be done? I don't know. I'm not an attorney. There's been a lot of people that say we violated international law. If we do something similar with Greenland, which I don't even know how that would work, right? Like, I can't think of it in the rough way.
Sell sign.
Yeah.
3% there and back. Like,
Yeah. If
whoever's the agent listing this is fucking.
If we do it diplomatically, great. But if it's not, then it's just like, how's that going to look? And then, like, how are we different than Russia and China?
Yeah.
How are we different? I guess is if you can't beat them, join them, right? Which is probably a shitty thought, but it's like, why us? I feel like it's one of those things that they fear us. I'd rather be, and I don't care what other people like might think about this, but I feel like if we are, in quote unquote, the most, the biggest military in the world, and we're the strongest, I would rather be living here than somewhere else. So like you mentioned about if people would be fighting, unfortunately, war makes, like, resets our generation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it or not, you got to go. What are you going to do? Like, you don't think you're going to make it? It's because, like, tough times make tough people.
Yeah.
And I feel like we've missed that for a long time. I saw this whole thing that tough men make weaker men. And then weaker men make tough, some shit like that. And I think that's where we're at. We just had too much time being, like, when's the last time we've been drafted, or when's the last time we've gone through like the 2008 that you don't have time to think about these emotions, you like, because we're all suffering in some way, and I feel like we kind of not needed, but we're bound to have that happen again.
It's necessary. I forgot who said it, but it was like an older dude. Like after World War II, it's like you need like war is necessary for like even peace. Like you have to destroy the economy, destroy the population, like destroy basically yourself and rebuild, and it'll be stronger than what it was before. Like think about it. After World War One, we went right into World War Two, and what was the difference? Like the gap in like even technology between those two wars. Like World War One, you started with what was it, like the muskets and everything, and then by the end of World War Two, you were already flying planes, and that was like a what 20-year span, 30.
Yeah. I'm not a world history, but
Yeah, but then even from then, it's like war is necessary, but like on the global scale because it helps like the economy just reboost.
I think we went
like
too far into the thing. But what I'm trying to say is, I feel safer being the biggest dog in the cage, but also I don't think we should go willy nilly and start because we might piss a lot of people off.
Yeah.
And that's probably what we don't want.
Yeah.
But I also don't like that we're also like in the Venezuela thing. I don't not necessarily think we should be the referees for everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That one to me just felt like, hey, we have a reason to arrest this guy. This whole entire region is full of so many resources. We're going to arrest this guy. We're going to take our companies from America to go over there and like start to, get the oil and stuff. And also we want to remove China and Russia from ever being there. I think in a way that's the sentiment over here is like it's national security, but national security has kind of become like a blank check. Like we're not going to let you guys know who has fucked children on the Epstein files because of national security. It's just like, damn, like, can I use that for anything? Like, if my wife asks me, like, where I was last night, do I have to be like, I can't tell you because of national security? You know what I mean? But that's what it feels like right now. Like, we're falling back on that. And I think getting clarity on, like, what exactly does that mean? Because I think most Republicans are so disappointed in Trump for not, like, fully disclosing the Epstein files. Yeah. And to say, oh, it's national security, that's not a good enough answer, right? Like, what does that mean and why? I understand Venezuela and Greenland because, like, yeah, we don't want someone that could nuke us to be that close to us, And there's going to come a time when war happens in the United States again. It's not always going to be outside of our territory. You know what I mean? So it's like I think I saw somebody from Europe post that they're ready. They want NATO to declare war on the United States, and they're ready to enroll and enlist and have the war on the beaches of New York. It's like, good luck, good luck. Like,
I want to tag what you're saying right there. So when Trump was speaking about what just happened, he also mentioned like slight brief about Mexico.
Yeah.
And then he mentioned it a few more times. It's been more than 3 times that he's mentioned it since this happened to the president and saying like, we're here to aid you, to help you. As a Hispanic and as someone that's lived in Mexico and understand how it works and how corrupt it is, I feel there's certain areas I feel like it would be split as well. I feel like there's certain areas of the country where drug trafficking has controlled everything, killed the cities, and just it's gone. Like I feel like there'd be parts of the country that would be benefited from this, and I feel like other part of the countries probably not. And that's where it's hard to think about what would it look like. Are they just going to go in and just take out every person that's a cartel member? Well, I hate to break it to you, most people are. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially in the areas that are condensed, like, yeah, you have no other option. Like, you literally have no other option but to be part of this. And so I think that's very hard to draw that line. Are they just going to go for the big dudes, or are they going to take the president? I still think that president, I'm going to say ours because I'm still part of Mexico, I guess. She's very incompetent, man. Like, very incompetent. You say, listen to her speak, not just in clips, listen to speak, and it's like she almost wants to be oblivious. Like, it's almost like someone's stealing from you, but and everybody else knows they're stealing from you, but you're like, no, nothing's happening, and I feel like that's what's going on right now. I personally think if it's done right, yes, they should go and take out all these big people. Because, yes, it does affect us. I get that. But it also affects people there. what stops you from opening a business over there and being successful with it, and not having that fear of being held hostage or your family taken away because you're not willing to pay your monthly quote for protection that you don't need from the same people that are trying to kill you. Like,
I struggle at the idea of us being the police of the world and sending our military to go into other countries and risk their lives and other people's lives.
Yeah.
I almost wish that like we'd mind our own business, but also like obviously we haven't been. So it's just kind of like it's interesting, and I think having comfort in being the big dog, right? Like I think, and I'm seeing it with white people, like. And I mean this in a respectful way to people of all color, but like white people should never have to apologize for being white, you know. And I think there's pressure on the white man to like be apologetic for slavery. You know what I mean? It's like no white person should apologize for slavery that's alive today because they had nothing to fucking do with it, you know. And if you actually look at the history of slavery, a lot of it was caused by also the African kings over there that were making money by selling their own people. You know, that were waiting on beaches because they knew like, hey, if I just put 100 people over here, whether they're from our tribe or anything else, the king's going to get rich, right? So there's just a lot of different aspects like that where I just feel like we should be like, we are the big dog, and it's hard to like sometimes be in that comfort, but it's just like, who's going to stop us?
Yeah.
You know, and so I totally understand that. And I think right now we have a president and we have people in the military, Hegseth and stuff, that almost kind of have a little bit of that alpha mindset, and they're flexing it right now. My biggest fear is what happens if a Democrat wins next election. And then all of a sudden it's the complete opposite. Yeah. Like we've done all these things and now we're doing it a different way, you know? So it's tricky, man. It's tricky. Like the whole Greenland thing is just like, and for me, this is my like, conspiracy theorist. We're going after a bunch of countries that have resources and minerals.
Yeah.
Yo, like are the aliens coming? Like, do we know what they want? And these countries have what they want, so we got to have that power, right? Like I watched The Project on Prime. Have you guys watched that yet? Watch it. Everybody watch it.
With who?
It's just it's a documentary on just like the government talking about like, you know, like this is military congressional hearings talking about like, hey, like, yeah, we have alien spacecraft. We have aircraft. We have biologics that are not human. This technology is non-human. We're able to, you know, and no one's Prime? Yeah, and no one, and for me, it's just like, wait a fucking minute. Like, have we not seen Independence Day? Have we not seen these movies where aliens are coming and they fuck us up? Like, why is nobody talking about this? Yeah. We're so focused on all this other shit, and it's just like, you guys, like, the government is telling us that there's aliens, and the people that are there couldn't say everything, but there's just like, oh, there's a whole lot more that you guys aren't seeing.
But even, like, let's say it does get to the point where aliens come, who's, like, let's say the world, who are the world going to turn to?
Yeah.
The U.S.
Yeah.
That's facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, us, Russia, like COVID. China, we got to help each other.
What happened during COVID?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, aliens come, we're all fucked. Who's everyone going to, like, here's my resources, here's everything, take all our stuff, like, lead us.
Y'all are fucked. I'm going back home. You know what I mean? I'm an alien, so I'm ready to go, right? No, but yeah, you're 100% right. And it's just like, I think they're living in our oceans.
Oh, yeah.
Like, everybody would fuck around and joke about me, but like some of the shit I heard, and I don't remember if it was on Rogan or on a show, but it talked about like this guy was on a helicopter on a, one of them ladders, and they were picking up like a buoy or something, and something came up, like a big saucer thing from underneath the ground, and basically sucked it in and went back down. Like, that's eyewitness report from military, right? Like, so like all these things that are happening, like it's not even on our radar, but it's just like, how can it not be? Like, how is that not like trending daily? Like, yo, there's aliens are real and they're watching us and they're in our planet, right? Like I thought I saw something about a nuclear plant somewhere that it disarmed like 12 or nuclear reactors, like whatever it is that they have, like they're here, you know?
Yeah, like tell me why I can't dig straight down and cross to the other side of the world. Like there has to be some shit underground.
What the hell?
Bro, you're telling me that if the world is a sphere and I'm right here, I can't dig through the core of the earth and go throughout. That makes no sense.
Well, you're gonna get like water. You're gonna get like like a bunch of hot material way down there.
But tell me,
the
why has
core.
nobody done that? There's no way.
Why have we not explored 90% of our oceans?
Yeah, fair enough. There's too much chop. That's why.
Chop?
Yeah, chop.
What in the Gen Z does that even mean?
Yeah, you ever seen the Wolf of Wall Street?
Oh, okay.
He's like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll get a little chop. Chop is good. And
Yeah.
then, yeah. The fucking 150-foot yacht gets chopped in half.
Yeah.
That's chop. Yeah.
No, isn't that messed up though? Like when you think about it?
Yeah, no, because like, why are we exploring space and funding so much into space, but the oceans like?
Maybe we're on like 1,000 or 3,000 year lease on this bitch, and we got to get out of here. And our lease is about to get up. And they came to Elon, and Elon, get us to Mars because our lease is almost up. We got to get out of here.
Yeah. We're in the timeline though. Have you guys heard of like the timeline of like Nibiru and all that stuff?
Yeah.
So like 4000 BC, Sumerians, they have like little rock pictures of like these big, tall, alien-looking creatures coming from the sky. 3,000 years after that was 1000 BC. Then you get the Incans and the Mayans that have a very similar looking god coming from the sky. And these civilizations were, Sumerians were the first ones that we looked at. Were like, these are the first people that had like, recorded shit.
Mm-hmm.
We all know that Mayans were, like down with the stars and shit. Well, what's 3,000 years after 1000 BC?
6,000. I'm just kidding. 4,000 BC.
No.
AC.
3,000. Yeah,
3,000?
2,000.
There's no way. How the fuck is 1,000 BC?
So 4,000.
Before Christ?
Yeah.
It hit zero.
So if that's accurate, and we're gonna be enlightened like these other civilizations were, 4,000 BC, 1,000 BC, it's the 2,000 BC era when we're gonna see it. So does it mean it's gonna happen in our lifetime? No. But it could. And now the governments are spewing. And when the government sends out a little bit of information, there's a shit ton that that we don't know. So if they're saying, hey, we got aliens and we have alien spacecraft, and I think one of the things on there was like they are speaking with, like they're like, we can't talk about the technology. It's like, so you're talking about we have alien technology?
I can't. Like they're processing it, trying to dissect it.
Yeah.
Like, put it
Think
back
about we're not
together.
even going to make it to 2100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, we're 4 years away from 2030.
Yeah.
The World Cup was in 2010.
It's this summer, bro.
Yeah.
It's in June.
That's even
We
more
host it.
crazy. Damn. It was nice meeting everybody. This is my manifesto.
Yeah. And what if they're not, threats? What if they just want to probe John and be good?
No way. No way. Okay, think about it.
Like,
the
if
way
anybody's probing, it's going to be me.
like everyone thinks like aliens are gonna be like tall, like your movie thing, but like it's weird. It's weird to think like history and like how we were. Like remember
Yeah.
Christopher Columbus came over, how we were dicks.
Yep.
We took all their shit.
Yeah.
There's no way aliens come like, oh look, a new world.
Yeah.
Oh look, we're way more advanced than them. Why would they not?
Yeah.
You think
I
they'll
would.
colonize?
They could
Yeah.
be smaller too.
What other planet has 8 billion slaves on it?
Exactly.
There's
Really?
probably a lot.
Ka-ching.
I mean, if you look at the sun size compared to like the stars, it's not a big dog. So you look at all these other stars back there. Like I was talking this about my kids the other day. I'm like, there's probably planets with giants that are just alive and just so much bigger than dinosaurs. But like it's because their planet is that big. But people don't think that way. They don't want to, right? But like mathematically speaking, there's no way in hell we're the only like things that look like us, let alone look like different shit.
Yeah.
Well, think about ants. In their world, they don't know what we know. And they're just ants.
Ants could end up being the end of the world one day. There's so many of them.
Really?
And they're killing the ground below us. Yeah.
Oh, and we just collapse into the center of the earth like I was thinking about earlier.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
I want to know everybody's comments. Should we take over Greenland or not? Should we invade Mexico or not?
Yeah.
That's
Invade Mexico.
I mean, take
Yeah.
out the terrorists because they're classified as terrorists now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I say leave the Mexicans and Canadians alone. Let them deal with their own shit, and then protect our borders. And I don't know about Greenland, man. Like, I don't know.
I'm only yes if we know that another foreign country will take it if we don't take it.
Yeah. I wish the whole fucking world could just sit down and be like, look, we got aliens. Like, this is stupid. Like, let's just protect ourselves. Russia, China, let's get your people thriving. Help our people thrive down here. Like, let's work together. Like, I think we are the world. Whatever that Michael Jackson song that he came out with, like all these people. Yeah, like
we
that,
are the humans.
Yeah, we got to go back to that because, unfortunately, we're tunnel vision and we're arguing about left and right.
I'm curious about the comps on Greenland. When's the last time a territory has gone up for the market?
Can I be a realtor on that? Like,
Yeah.
Like, just in case.
Let's cut it.
You know what I mean? We got to look that up. So,
Can we do a video on Greenland? How the fuck would I get a drone shot of the whole country?
right. That'd be cool.
Cool.
But
Thanks,
yeah,
guys.
that flew by.
I did.
That was pretty good. Appreciate you guys.
Yes, thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.